Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis, and we have a lot to go over. We're going to start off with this post here from Ripple back in 2023. I do hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. This is regarding 2024's crypto predictions from the Ripple leadership team. Now, the key things that I was focused on, I have over here, and I have it summarized fully. Number one, we have the year 2023 marked a significant shift in the relationship between traditional finance and decentralized finance, with global banks and industry giants actively seeking digital asset solutions to meet client demands for efficiency and transparency. Ripple's acquisition of Medico further bolstered its position in the evolving landscape, providing potential partners with confidence in Ripple's security protocols, compliance measures, and integrations. In the APAC region, regulator-led pilot programs are exploring blockchain capabilities to drive innovation. Stablecoins are expected to play a vital role in reshaping global finance, particularly in emerging markets where they offer stability in volatile currencies and economic uncertainties. Tether's growth in markets like Brazil indicates a growing adoption of US dollar-backed stablecoins. The emphasis on regulating and developing CBDCs and stablecoins is a global trend in 2024, with efforts focused on ensuring security stability while fostering innovation. Innovations in compliance solutions such as zero-knowledge proofs are expected to facilitate easier adoption of crypto by financial institutions. Tokenization of real-world assets like U.S. Treasuries is anticipated to surge, unlocking significant liquidity within these markets. Ripple's XRP ledger is positioned to be a leading blockchain in enabling these use cases due to its efficiency, transparency, and market accessibility. Overall, there's a sense of excitement and optimism within the industry as it continues to build on the progress of previous years, unleashing the new real-world applications for crypto in the year ahead. And yes, as we look at everything, right? You can't afford to not be a part of this Discord. You need to join the free Discord down in the description below, as well as in the comments below right now, to get ahead of the rest of the market with 24/7, 365 access to information around crypto, including insights, trades, altcoin gems, you name it. You need to be a part of this Discord. So what are you waiting for? Click the link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below, to join today. The key talking points was the convergence of traditional finance with crypto, followed by traditional finance embraces crypto, followed by regulatory clarity expands internationally, followed by the role of stablecoins and CBDCs booms, and then also the real-world asset tokenization takes the stage. All of these things are crucial to note, and as we do really look at Ripple, in this video, we are addressing how Ripple is about to change finance forever. And over here we have, and this is back in 2023, CBDCs will further fragment the global economy and could threaten the dollar. Now, this is something that we have been following for a while. And, the big thing about CBDCs is the fact that although, yeah, there's a lot of issues tied to CBDCs, we still are about to see major changes around our entire financial system where CBDCs do play a role, but so do stablecoins. We know CBDCs are happening because well over 130 central banks, representing 98% of the global GDP, have already initiated their programs around this. Now, I have been, noticing a lot of talks about this anti-crypto or anti-CBDC bill around the crypto community, but just like I said, it's a definition, right? They're banning the definition of a CBDC. They're not banning a CBDC. It's ridiculous. And all it is really kind of manipulation of the retail sector, because the retail sector will really kind of just read into anything and believe it. But regardless, yes, the tide is riding around, the tide is rising around CBDCs and a lot of these initiatives held by these central banks. And it seems as though we're now in that moment right before everything is heating up to the point where we finally get a major move around the financial system. But I do think that we have a little bit more time. And when I say that, I think that we're only a couple months out. Now, when I say that, yes, I mean more so major changes are happening. And what's going to be the major change that really kind of puts things into overdrive? It's going to be regulations. And Mika's only a couple months out, guys. Things are changing. But also over here we have from Ripple's website, XRP, built for business, fast and green. The digital asset XRP was built to be the most practical cryptocurrency for applications across the financial services space. Here we have those use cases that XRP is actually enabling: financial institutions, individuals, developers, you name it. Here's the unmatched benefits as well. And the reason why I'm bringing this back up is because, it's funny that everyone is sitting around saying like, oh, well, Ripple doesn't care about XRP. Ripple doesn't care about XRP or the XRP ledger. But on their website, they still have this full-on page where it's pretty much an advertisement for XRP. If they didn't care about the XRP ledger or even XRP, why would they even have this on their site? Now, beyond this, we also have over here. This goes back to December of last year, and this is why I'm talking about how Ripple and XRP, they're changing finance forever. Ripple partnerships and collaborations expanding the network. And down here, we have a few things around what Ripple is doing in terms of their collaborations and partnerships. It's not just about expanding their network. They are shaping the future of finance by teaming up with banks, corporations, and various industries. We have Ripple is revolutionizing traditional banking, bridging the gap between businesses and blockchain and enhancing global connectivity through its payment network integrations. And yes, it is. We know this, and especially around, some of their partnerships already with like the BIS or, even some of the larger names that they're tied to, like, for an example, Volante or Finash or even Accenture. Like, all of these partnerships are to plug and play with all of their clients. And we already know that Ripple was working on, major endeavors with these large giants like the BIS, for an example, or even the IMF. But we have the key takeaways here. Ripple's partnerships revolutionize traditional banking by providing faster and more cost-effective cross-border payment solutions. Ripple's collaborations with financial institutions establish RippleNet, a robust network facilitating seamless cross-border payments. Ripple's partnerships introduce XRP, its native token, as a liquidity tool for banks, enabling instant and low-cost transfers. And yes, the exposure of XRP through a lot of these partnerships is very significant to mention. Ripple's collaborations with banks and financial institutions improve efficiency and cost effectiveness of cross-border payments. Now, also over here, over 500 organizations now working with Ripple, with many using XRP as a bridge currency. Listen closely to this video. This is from a Ripple employee herself. Her name is, of course, Fiona Murray, who is the VP of Sales in APAC.
Personally, I've been with Ripple for nearly 6 years. We've been around since 2012 when we were founded with a vision of the Internet of Value, and that's to move value or money the way that information moves today.
Benefits of Ripple I see is the cash flow that they can add to our customers.
The networking here is amazing. It's not, and I don't think it's just the networking. It's the afterthought of, what can we do better in industry?
Been fantastic, so good meeting new people and some that I have interacted with before, but it's just great to always see new faces and then see new ideas that have come to life. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
It's been great, Natalie. Good to connect with like people in the industry and talk about some of the
Now, for the rest of the video, they really just kind of talk about, connecting with people and stuff like that. But initially, what we heard was the fact that, yes, they are working with over 500 organizations. They are still positioning XRP as a bridge currency for those cross-border payments through those major banks. Now, are they using XRP right now? Because they don't tell us how much is being utilized when we talk about XRP. Like, all right, yeah, are they pushing maybe a couple transactions? Maybe they're pushing a couple $1 million, maybe even $1 billion through XRP in a year time frame. It's not too significant yet. We still need a large amount of adoption. We still need a large amount of demand and volume pushed through XRP. And that's the number one thing that a lot of people in this community are really kind of, overreaching. They're like, oh, well, all these 500 banks and companies are using XRP. That means that XRP is going to X amount of dollars. But the thing is that, yeah, I do think that XRP will be extremely valuable. But the problem is that we still need a few things in place before we could really kind of target those high volume and high value payment systems. And basically, the only thing that's standing in our way is regulations. And that's the last obstacle. But also we know that back in July of 2023, Ripple did say that US banks will want to use XRP cryptocurrency after partial victory in SEC fight. And we already know that a lot of the US banks were already ready to utilize XRP. They were just waiting for, regulations to really kind of be in place, or just regulatory clarity to be in place. And we know that XRP is very, very close to being fully cleared, especially even in terms of those institutional sales by Ripple. That's the last thing holding this all down. And I'm not saying XRP's price, because XRP could go at any moment, but it's holding back those big banks from tapping into XRP. They still are very uncertain of the water surrounding XRP. But also over here, we have Ripple starts platform for central banks to issue their CBDCs. And this happened back in 2023. We already knew about it, right? And then it was the CBDC platform, CBDC and stablecoins now it is, right? This is a big one. It's a huge platform to focus on, especially if you hold XRP, because we already know major banks are tapped in with this. Central Bank of Montenegro, for an example, signed their agreement with Ripple to develop a digital currency strategy and pilot. This happened back in 2023 as well. Following this, right, we also have Georgia Central Bank chooses Ripple for digital currency pilot project in November. A lot of these big updates and a lot of these big announcements happened right off the announcement of XRP being deemed not a security. And do you question why? I don't believe in coincidences. I personally believe that a lot of these major banks are now seeing the real value behind Ripple and XRP. And even after that lawsuit, right, like that big win, I think that that's when they really opened their eyes and said, all right, now is the time to really kind of jump on this. Now, are they using XRP at scale right now? No, they're not. There's still uncertainty in the water around those institutional sales. Once we get past that, I think that that's when everything around XRP really kicks up. And I think that that's when everything will really kind of ignite. But beyond this, remember this from November as well. This is from Anthony Welfare, an individual that works at Ripple. CBDC announcement number 6. Ripple, one of the world's leading technology companies, becomes the technology partner for the National Bank of Georgia. We already know about this. Ripple has announced 5 pilot programs with governments and central banks in Bhutan, Palau, Montenegro, Colombia, and Hong Kong, and is in discussions with over 20 countries outside or around the world. Massive congratulations to the team, and looking forward to delivering some exciting CBDC use cases for NBG and the people of Georgia. And yes, they are in discussions with over 20 plus countries. I think now it's like well over 30 plus. It's insane. And even over here, we have a month ago, Ripple's James Wallace spoke in an interview about 10 plus countries that have been used or have been using Ripple's technology in a CBDC pilot. But we are only aware of 6 of them so far, while according to Anthony Welfare, Ripple's in talks with 20 more countries. So it's like 20 to 30 plus. We don't know the specific number. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lot more, but officially announced central bank partners who have conducted a pilot. We just mentioned them. Officially, Ripple is in talks with over 20 countries around the world. Check this out.
We have proven technology that has been used in 10 or more other countries to do similar sorts of pilots.
So, as we do get confirmation like this, it's a very big deal because, we're now starting to see central bank money changing. Remember, central bank money accounts for about roughly 10% of the money supply. Still a pretty big chunk, but it's not like a massive thing. But CBDCs, now stablecoins, we're now starting to see everything changing. Most people are still asleep at the wheel. They're not paying attention. They don't understand it. They don't get it. But guys, the global monetary system as we know it is changing right now in front of our face. You almost have to be blind to not see it. The BIS, all these major organizations that are pulling the strings, the central bank of central banks, right? They're telling us the plan of action already. They already told us everything that's going on. Things are changing. Now, also remember, May 22nd, 2023, a conversation with James Wallace on the promise and potential of digital currencies. Now, this is actually with Tony Edwards, Thinking Crypto 1. Check this out. James Wallace, Ripple's Vice President in Central Bank Engagements and Central Bank Digital Currencies, discussed CBDCs on Thinking Crypto podcast with Tony Edward. Wallace, formerly IBM, became enamored with blockchain's potential for creating a single source of truth and improving value movement efficiency. He oversees Ripple's CBDC initiative, aiding central banks in utilizing digital currencies for domestic payments, cross-border transactions, and financial inclusion. Now, the big things that he was talking about was those use cases, right? The use cases in which Ripple and their solution is tapped in. Specifically, we look at Bhutan. Ripple collaborates with the Royal Monetary Authority to explore CBDCs for enhancing financial literacy and sustainability. They've completed a wholesale CBDC pilot and are midway through a retail CBDC pilot. In Palau, Ripple is working on national stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, aimed at improving payments and boosting the local economy. And, there's a few other ones, right? For an example, regarding the US Ripple participants in CBDC discussions with the Federal Reserve and the Digital Dollar Project, commercial banks' interest in CBDCs signals a positive trend through regulatory complexities may prolong, regulatory complexities may prolong the journey towards the US CBDC. In Europe and the UK, Ripple collaborates with organizations like the Digital Euro Association and even the Digital Pound Foundation to advance digital currency initiatives. Privacy is a crucial consideration in CBDC design and deployment, with policymakers needing to clarify privacy protection measures to align with public expectations. Wallace remains optimistic about CBDC's growth, expecting over 90% of central banks to explore CBDCs and many to go into production within the next few years. He anticipates CBDC adoption will benefit the broader crypto community and drive the development of user-friendly products. And, as we really look at this, right, like I'm not pro CBDC. I don't really like the CBDC idea, but they are happening. They are inevitable. And it seems as though Ripple has been at the forefront of this for a very long time. And it seems as though XRP will also have a role to play here. Remember, XRP will bridge these CBDCs. I've talked about it on multiple occasions. You're going to have tokenization of many things in terms of values. You're going to have stablecoins, CBDCs, and all of this will still need a decentralized bridge currency. And that's why when we look at a lot of these partnerships that Ripple does have, or a lot of these companies that are tapped in with Ripple's tech stack, they're still tapped in with XRP. XRP is being exposed through all of these major moves. So focus on the big picture here. Ripple and XRP will change the world of finance as we know it forever. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys want to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.